Hello, my name is Lynn Seri, and I want to welcome you into another episode of my life in Sweden, living alone. So, when I remember the first time I moved abroad, I was actually a little bit young, a few years back, and I was full of dreams. Everything felt new and exciting. I was so fascinated by the culture. I was always so shocked sometimes and surprised. And I'm also the midsummer and stuff like that. The cities were really pretty cool and more advanced than where I came from. The people, I was so fascinated by some people and the opportunities around me. So I actually thought that I was starting a new chapter of my life. But what I didn't realize was that moving to a new country is not only about discovering a new place, it's also about discovering yourself. When you move abroad, you have to learn so many things from the beginning. You learn a new language if you're moving to a country that requires a new language. You learn a new system, a new culture, and sometimes you have to find your place all over again. There were moments when I felt lost, moments when I questioned myself, and I wondered if I was strong enough to handle everything that comes with building a life in a new country. I can't deny the fact that sometimes I thought about packing and going back home. Living abroad for me, it's been beautiful sometimes, but it's also challenging. Sometimes you have to be your own support system. You have to motivate yourself, encourage yourself, and remind yourself why you started. More so when you live by yourself and you don't have any support system. It's so hard. I cannot lie to you, it's so hard, but you have to be as strong as you can. So this is me during the day, just doing a little bit of cleaning, and also thinking, when I do some cleaning, I always think about my life, how the hell did I even get to this? How I never pictured that I will be in this situation ever in my life, living by myself abroad. What? So one of the biggest lessons I have learned is that you cannot forget yourself while you're trying to build your life. Never forget yourself, because the moment you forget yourself, you always keep going back. Somehow, somewhere, you always end up going back to step one. So it's easy to focus so much on adapting, helping others, and trying to fit in that you forget your own dreams and goals. This is one thing that I would advise anybody who's moving abroad. Kindly do not forget about yourself, your dreams and your goals. Trying to be there for people and forgetting that you also exist and someone needs to be there for you. So your dreams matter as well. Starting over is not easy. There are days when you feel behind, days when things don't go as planned, and days when you have to find the strength to continue even when nobody sees how hard you're trying. So the thing is, sometimes when you live abroad, you might end up comparing yourself to the friends that you left back at home, because sometimes life seems to be going so good for them. They're getting married, they're having kids, but then you find yourself that you're starting all over again. And it's not easy, it's so hard. You're feeling behind in life. But I want to remind you that every small step that you take counts, and every other person in this life, everybody has just their own paths, and it can never look the same. Learning a few words in a new language, understanding a new system, making your first friend, finding your own routine, becoming more independent. Can we talk about the fact that you have to learn a new language as an adult? That's the craziest thing ever. But when I remember back, I learned a little bit of Spanish, but it was very easy for me. I think it's the fact that I was just doing it because it's fun and I had no goal towards it. But when you have to learn a new language because that's something you have to do to integrate, it becomes way difficult. I don't understand why. Understanding a new system is one of the things that is gonna make you surprised. You're gonna find out that there's so many things that you don't know that you have to know. Let's talk about making friends. Making friends is one of the things that will humble you. Abroad, people already have their own friends that they grew up with, that they were seeing on their neighborhoods when they were young. They already know each other. And you coming up as an adult and wanting to be their friends is one of the things that they will look at you and be like, what's wrong with this one? They will not include you unless you're very lucky. They will not call you. They will not include you in anything unless you just meet those ones that go to the churches that normally invite people. They will not hang out with you in like a social life setting, but in like, hey, will you come to church? Will you come to church? More of something like that. And maybe that's not your goal. So making friends is one of the things that is pretty hard in abroad. But just be hopeful. When you join these schools, language schools, you find people who have come from probably around your area back at home, and you make friends with them and just, don't stress about it. Then finding your own routine. Having a routine abroad is something that is going to help you from becoming more depressed and alone. You have to always find things to do. For example, for me, I write down on my calendar when I want to go out for a bicycle ride, when I want to go out for a picnic, when I want to go out with my friend to take ice cream, when I want to, everything I have to put in my calendar, what time I'm working, what time I'm going home, and what things I have to do, what movie I want to watch. Having a routine really helps a lot. And becoming more independent, it takes a lot to integrate so that one can become more independent. But as long as one is taking the necessary steps, I think you're gonna be okay. So when I look back at my journey, I realize how much I've grown. I have become more independent, more courageous, and more confident in myself. I also learned that I'm capable of rebuilding. I learned that difficult seasons do not define my whole story. Today I live in Sweden, and this chapter of my life is about growth, learning, and creating the future I want. I want this channel to be a place where I share my experiences of life abroad, living in Sweden, personal growth, learning, independence, and the realities of starting over in a new country. Because sometimes we all need a reminder that it's never too late to begin again. If you're also building a life somewhere new, trying to find yourself, or simply going through a season of change, I hope you'll join me in this journey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lane Seri.